we got upper today. I wasn't able to record intro before I left, but I had to drop off food to one of my buddies because I be chefing up. Let me know if y'all want cooking with Jay. I'll probably make some content out of that, I can't lie. So I do be chefing up. Shout out my mom. I'll probably get it from her. Like I said, upper today. It's pretty packed today. I don't know how much content I'll be able to roll through. Also, my back is kind of feeling iffy. We'll see how I feel about doing some ab work. I don't want to aggravate my back. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, starting off the upper day with this chest press machine. I like to do a neutral grip just to focus those upper chest fibers and trying to bang out some good reps so that I can get warm and loose for my working sets. And honestly, today I was feeling pretty solid, I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie, I think we might go for a PR today. Muscles are feeling real good. Now I can't remember the exact weight that I put up in plates, but it totaled out to about 305. And you can see me kind of switch position here from legs on the ground to legs on the bench. I like to do this to prevent any outside help from my legs, like preventing myself from using leg drive to get the weight up. But as you can see, I think later I do use a little bit of leg drive to get the rest of the reps up because I wanted to really squeeze out the last bit of my chest. Not gonna lie, I got more in the tank. I can bust out 2 more. Just need to keep my base steady. And here we are moving into a neutral grip lat pull down. Honestly, I would use the long bar and a pronated grip for most of my lat pull downs, but this was the only bar that was available. But as you can see here, I am not releasing tension off of my lats. I kind of try to keep my elbows in a certain position on the way up, so that way I keep tension in my lats. And guys, your lats do not benefit from stretch mediated hypertrophy, so you don't need to go crazy all the way up and all the way down. Just a comfortable range of motion for you guys. Bar down to the shoulders is ideal, and you want to kind of lift up, thinking about not letting the weight just pull you back up and your elbows get locked out, so that way you can keep tension on the lats there. All right, moving into the next exercise here. This is a shoulder press for those of you that don't know. I'm going to try to explain what happens later in this. I'm pretty sure I hit a mechanical drop set here, which is pretty much you just take the movement to failure and then switch grips or switch positions to where you're still working the muscle, but it's not the primary muscle, if that makes sense. So in this case, I drop it and then take a quick little breather, and then I'll switch to a neutral grip which works more of the front delts, but you're still hitting the side delt and you're taking it all the way to failure. Now, another good example of a mechanical drop set would be leg extensions into sissy squats, which I used to incorporate those into my program, but then I stopped because I just started doing lengthened partials. Oh, and you can see me just flexing here. Wow, okay. Now here I switch it up. Normally I would do a machine preacher curl, but I believe that was taken, so we were using the barbell preacher curl and just focusing on getting some good reps. Guys, all you really need for your biceps is one movement, so don't try to overcomplicate it. Just pick a variation that you like and that you see a lot of progress with, that you enjoy doing, and just stick to that one. I've been sticking to preacher curls for about like a few months now. I used to like the seated lengthen version, but I find this one to be more advantageous for me because it allows me to do drop sets into different variations. Like I can do a drop set preacher curl, which is also very good, and another good example of a mechanical drop set. I also want to add an important side note here as we go into our second set, that please, please, please make sure when you're doing preacher curls, I've seen this happen way too many times, please make sure that you are working in your range of motion and you're not trying to ego lift. I've seen too many people that get up there and throw up weight that they can't lift and end up tearing their bicep, and that is no good, no bueno. So make sure that you're lifting a comfortable weight. I stick with 15, I believe, on the bar here. This exercise I wouldn't necessarily recommend for newer people going into the gym, but this is pretty much a variation of a skull crusher. I was too lazy to adjust the seat there, but I'm letting the weight kind of, not necessarily letting it, but controlling it on the way down and making sure that I'm not using my shoulders to help press up, trying to really get that elbow extension so I'm hitting my triceps. And again, I would not recommend this for newer lifters. If you can, just do like a dumbbell skull crusher. Heading into this next exercise, I actually really like this one. A chest supported row, very stable. If you're new in the gym, this is a very, very solid option for you to hit your rows. It's very stable. and it has different options on the handles there, as you can see, to do like a lat focus or more of like an upper back focus. So this is a very solid exercise if you are new to the gym. And here I take a little breather, but this is going to be another good example of a mechanical drop set. So you see I finish the movement as much as I can and switch grips to do a shrug, taking my back all the way to failure. Now to wrap up, we have chest flies, and then I believe I go into rear delts, but I don't show it here. But chest flies and rear delt flies, it's a good way to end your lift because you're already done with your compounds and you want to get more isolation. All right, we are done with the session. I'm gassed, bro, like straight up gassed, but we gonna get into some poses. And as always, post-session interview, probably hit that in the car. And also, as always, hit that outro with a protein shake. Yeah, we all actually sipping. Gotta crank up the AC because boy, it is hot. Post-session interview. Yo, I am beat. I tried to do as much as I could. I did PR in one of my chest movements, so I am super happy about that. It was a little scuffed. I have to admit, it was scuffed. But we hit, I think it was 305. Sounds about right, 305, something like that. Praise the Lord for strength. But yeah, I mean, the rest of my session went good. I mean, there's not really much to it. Just pretty straightforward. Obviously, commentary is going to be through my workout. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or DM me. I'll try to respond back as quick as I possibly can. But, you know, honestly, I'm surprised that my back didn't affect me as much today with the lifts. I keep having stuff pop up with injuries or like little tweaks that I'm kind of like iffy about going back to the gym some days. But we pushed through today, honestly. I think it was just adrenaline throughout my lift. I couldn't really feel much. I hope that I didn't tweak anything else, because whenever I'm at the gym, I swear my adrenaline's like on 10, bro, on 10. And whenever I do get like a tweak, like the first few times that I tweaked my back, like, yeah, it did hurt, but I pushed through the workout and I just kept going. And then later when I got home, I couldn't lift the muscle without it hurting, bro. It was tragic. So definitely don't pull a me. Be safe. Get a spotter if you have to. Use proper technique. Don't try to lift outside of your capabilities. Obviously push yourself hard because it is the gym. You got to know your limits, for sure. You got to know your limits. And honestly, my best advice for people that are doing recovery from previous injuries, hear me out. I've been trying to deadlift. I haven't moved the same since September. I've been trying to deadlift and get back to it because I love deadlifts now. It is so crucial to build up to your working weights. So crucial. So crucial. Like, don't jump straight into it. And honestly, like, bro, take at least, especially if it's something with the back, at least a couple weeks to a month to let your body fully like recover. Now, I'm not saying don't go to the gym. I'm saying go to the gym, but if you have an injury, work with, 50% of your working weights. Like, say for example, deadlift. In my case, I was hitting probably three plates for 8, and I made the dumb decision to keep trying to go back to my working weights and kept re-injuring my back, prolonging the recovery process. So don't pull a me. Don't pull a me. If there's anybody that is living proof, let me be the living proof. Let me make the mistakes. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're working with 3 plates for your working sets, bro, drop that down to like a plate. Drop it down to like a comfortable weight where you can easily bang out, 12 reps easily. And make sure you get that form down pat. Make sure you don't aggravate your extensors too much. Build up that base. Extensors, whatever muscle may be in your case, just build it up and then slowly add on more weight. Don't try to rush into things, because I know, like, it can be a long and aggravating process to get back to where you once were, but it's only going to make it worse if you just jump straight into things. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox. We're gonna make a protein shake and I'll hit the outro. We'll go from there. Yes, sir. All right, we are back at my protein shake. Dude, I feel swole, I can't lie. All right. Yeah, like I was saying in the breakdown, little post-sesh interview, it was overall some good lifts. The way I like to program my split is upper, lower, rest, upper, lower, weekends off, which it didn't really work out this week because I had some stuff going on. I like to hit my muscle groups twice a week. And yeah, I've been trying a bunch of different splits. The first one that I started off with was push-pull legs. And I didn't like how my arms felt really small. And I just wasn't seeing that much progress. Now, granted, I only did it for like a couple months and I wanted results fast. And to be fair, I also didn't know what I was really doing. From there, I stuck with this split for a while. It was push-pull legs, then upper arms and legs again. I stuck with that for a while. I really liked it, but I kind of got to a point where I was getting kind of sick of the gym, honestly. Like, it just kind of felt like I was going through the motions, and I felt like I wasn't getting my recovery as good as I should have been, which is really important, guys. Really, really important. Y'all don't understand how good recovery is for your overall fitness. Now, I'm not saying it's a free pass to be lazy, but you want to make sure that your recovery is in check, because you could be hurting yourself if you don't have decent recovery. Basically, like sleep, obviously your rest days and all that, because y'all might not notice, less sleep actually spikes your cortisol. Now, listen, if that means that you gotta prioritize your sleep over something else, prioritize your sleep, brother. Prioritize your sleep. But that's what I've been doing. Oh, and then I switched to chest, bicep, back, tricep, front legs, so flexors and quads, and I also hit calves and abs. So frontal, dog bark. And then I would do chest, back, arms, and then posterior chain. So hamstrings, adductors, lumbar extensors. So deadlifts, hamstring focused squat, all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty much just like getting a feel for different things. Right now, I'm really, really liking the upper lower. Also, this is another thing too. Find exercises that you enjoy. Find exercises that you genuinely enjoy, because think of it like a job, right? If you're miserable in your career and you just kind of going through the motions, yeah, you're still gonna make money, but you're miserable. And honestly, that's a bad analogy. My fault. Look, point is, if you're doing exercises that you don't necessarily enjoy, you could be leaving a lot of gains on the table. A lot of gains on the table. Now, that don't mean do some crazy, exercises that you see on TikTok where it's like, oh, you do a 3-step bicep curl where it's like boom, 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 or whatever. I mean, do those if it's what makes you happy. But you also got to look at the science behind these things. How much leverage, is it actually hurting your gains? Are you keeping, tension on the bicep? Are you working the bicep through the whole movement? That kind of point is, if you enjoy doing an exercise, stick with that exercise. So for me, I really like the neutral grip chest press. I forget what it's called. Basically, it's a machine, it's a chest press, where the handle kind of forms almost like a D shape. So you can do pronated here and go up, or you can do neutral and you can go here and go up. Now, the reason why I like this, the pronated, or not pronated, I'm mixing it up, neutral grip, is because it aligns better with your chest fibers. Also, I feel like it's a little easier on your shoulders because you're not having your elbows as flared out. And I just like hitting the upper chest. I like the pump there. That's where I see the most progress. I do want to try different exercises, and I'll start incorporating, what I see, and I'll try it, and if I like it, I incorporate it. So that was definitely one of them. All that to say, do exercises that you enjoy. You could be leaving gains on the table if you're kind of just going through the motions. There's an all or nothing principle with motor recruitment. And if you're not really into it, if you're kind of just half baking it, then obviously you're going to be leaving gains on the table. So work out hard, enjoy the process, and you will see results. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I always go on tangents, but I love y'all. Jesus loves y'all. We out. Football.